Hi, welcome to Scalping Addiction. My name is Eric. Today we're going to look at the spectacular rally of silver for 2025. What happened on the monthly, weekly, and daily time frames. So we could see together what was exactly or what can explain what happened and where we can see silver in 2026 also compared to gold. In all this I will analyze gold further, but for this video it's gonna be we're gonna concentrate directly on silver, and the pricing I'm using, it's the one in the COMEX. So thank you to be here with me. So we're going to Oh yeah, first of all, I just want to tell you that it's not a financial advice, it's just my personal view. So always do your own analysis, and please be careful with your investment. You can win a lot and you can lose a lot. So I hope for you, you have good years, and hope you the best. So if we go to see the silver, oh, it is since a few months. First of all, for 2025 on a 12 months period as well, we have an increase, it's incredible, of 185%. So compared to the lowest point, which was almost at $23, and the highest one, which has been reached this night with the Asian session at $82.67. So that's the all-time high for now. To give you example, the at the ATH, the all-time high was f- almost $50 in 2011. So it does a lot of time. And for now, there's different reasons that can explain this kind of what we call an hyper-climax run. So just for December, we have an increase of 25%, and November plus 19%. So for plus 54%, only for 2 months. So as you can see, so it went vertical almost. So first of all, the impulsion we can draw different lines of different, trend line to see where the price can go and what are the specific levels or key levels to establish a clear or almost a good scenario for a clear, you know, taking positions. So it started by what we call an ascending Browning wedge, which is bearish, but it was only at the beginning. It was almost also an ascending triangle. So if we do not respect I mean, just because it's a consolidation, so it's a kind of range if you prefer, but it gives the impulsion of the movement. After that, we have another ascending Browning wedge where it starts with a breakout above the $39, and it goes with a kind of, another Browning wedge. There's no consolidation, so it's always vertical. As you can see, the candles are all green. So it means that, further, for sure there will be a pullback, but where it will go, that's the point. So I'm just to correct something here, if you allow me, because it's not very visual. Perfect. So if we look, usually, because in commodities, the point is that first, I don't know if you know the RSI indicator, which is the relative strength index. So it gives us we can see if the rally is going to, be near to be at his hand for a short period of time, probably with silver, for a few things we're going to discuss after. So there's possibility of pullbacks, but during an uptrend of this verticality, Usually the retracements or pullbacks are not very deep. So I mean, if we look here at the last price for this night, right now we have industrials, but more institutionals that are taking profit, I guess. So only for today, if I just want to go to explain to you what happened today right now, it's incredible. We have minus 7%. So it goes to $82 and it went to $70 in the same day. So on silver, it's not often, it's not Bitcoin or XRP or whatever. It's not a crypto, so it's not supposed to be as volatile as this. So there's for sure change in structural matter for silver, but also there's taking profits for the end of 2025. It's it cannot be another thing because the uptrend cannot change as this. It's a big pullback, but as we can see, it's always green here. And this type of candle, it's a typical candle when it starts to be a kind of hyperclimax, like if start of Nvidia, for instance. If you look at Nvidia, I can look at it further in another video, but it's it's vertical and there's no retracement pullback, so the candle is big here too. So there's no reason for many indicators, if we consider also the candle, which is important to see if there's a reversal or not. You can see that it's a continuation candle. So to have a kind of candle, you could tell us that there's a kind of pause in the rally, if I can say, and kind of pullback that could happen in a short term, I mean, like the beginning of 2026. We should have what we call, we would like for shorts to have what we call a shooting star. So for a shooting star, usually you have 1/3 of the amplitude of the candle here, the body of the candle, and we have kind of, for one who know what it is, a kind of short squeeze, what we call. So the price went very fast, and after that it goes down very fast too. So if we close, if I look at here, we have to close like 64 almost, yeah. So we'll say below $65 to have a kind of shooting star that we call. So at this time, it could be an indication of a potential reversal, because there's a lot of other indicators that are amazing right now on silver. So the resistance index, it's at 89. You know, considering after 65, usually it's considering overbought. So we are at extreme overbought for now. So, oh yeah, I wanted to tell you that here, what we call Fibonacci retracements, it's to look at where the prices goes and could retrace or pull back, considering a lot of also indicators. Like here you have the what we call the order blocks. They are bullish if they are green on my chart. So it means that it's usually institutional taking position plays, kind of discount plays. But I don't think so that we're going there. Maybe never. So following the experts, not me. So what I mean is that when it goes fast like this, you don't have supports, so it can goes very fast on the other side also. So it's to keep in mind that it's not going to the sky. So there's a lot of people who are talking about $100, so a three-digit price for silver. That's also, it made me think of Bitcoin the first time he went to $100,000. So it's a psychological price. There's a lot of things that could explain this. Yes, for 2026, I don't know. I'm not an expert in silver, but we have to consider this, because what is really important when you trade, you need to have different scenarios. Scenarios bearish, so for a downtrend, if there is, and also a scenario bullish, so if it goes faster, because you don't want to miss opportunities as well. But you need to know that rally are not going is not going to make another 185% in 2 months without it's almost impossible. So it could be the generational rally, if I can say. Maybe it will be, but it's almost impossible. So, what we have as information why silver is going as fast as this to the north? A lot of things. First of all, structural demand, because there's a lack of supply of silver for like they said 3 years. Relative difficulties to have silver in few industries, such as solar panels or a battery for electric cars and others applications. So there's a lack of supply at the beginning. So it's a structural problem. There's also that for investors, when you compare to gold, that has rallied also a lot, and then in the last 2 years, silver is considering as undervalued compared to gold with the gold ratio, historical gold ratio. So, and there is a lot of years between 2011, as I mentioned, the last all-time high, and right now. So there's also inflation to take, when you want to establish a real and fair price for silver. So there's also this that we have to consider. So also with the, I don't want to go further for this kind. I just want to mention different points that we have. You can see on the internet as well. Many experts talking and give you more details regarding to this. So I invite you to make your own search. But also we have the US custom fees. So there's a fear since few months that it could be, or there's rumors, I don't know, that it's possible that commodities such as gold, platinum, palladium, silver, and others could be taxed. So a lot of investors are just ask to have their silver back to USA before there is this kind of possible new fees on commodities. It will be really a catastrophe if it happens for the industrials because silver. I was looking at the last numbers for 2024-2025. It was more than 55% of all supply for industrials. So silver is really, really something important. And when there you have a structural and safe haven asset also as a historical, looking for inflation maybe coming for 2026, we'll see to the USA. So all drivers um, to see silver just burning as he's doing right now, it's incredible. Okay, so this is in monthly. So what we can see, as I mentioned, there's a pullback till $65. We could see further pullback. Usually in big option like this, you can see like 0.382 Fibonacci, which is at almost $60. So we could consider next month if there's really a pullback. I insist on this because we're not sure of this. I think it's probably kind of maximum of pullbacks. For me, it will be a good. For me, it's not a financial advice, but for me, it will be probably a price to consider to start. To enter in the market for silver, considering also what experts are saying. It could be a bargain, if I can say, for the next months. Okay, regarding to the weekly chart, what we can see here. First of all, it went too fast, so there's a lot of fair value gaps that has been created. Fair value gaps to resume. It when it goes fast, it's like a magnetic for the market. Usually, it goes back to come to be sure to erase, if you prefer, the fair value gaps. So it's a matter if there is fair value gaps bearish also, so it pushed the price higher. So that's something that we're sure on depending the I mean the asset, you have pullbacks and you have fair value gaps that are just erased after when we go back to these prices. So for now, it's very important because we're only on Monday, and you have this big candle that just re-entered what we call an uptrend channel, which is bullish continuation, uptrend continuation. But it's important here. Yes, it's good because this channel, it's like for 1 month and a half that we are on this channel. But at the beginning, it wasn't the case. It was the little channel here where, you remember when I was talking about last month, it started kind of range. Well, not a lot of amplitude. It happens often when there's a big consolidation on this kind of asset. Well, so after this little channel for the beginning of the rally, you have a kind of ascending Browning wedge, also bearish, that has been created. But at this time, when there's fears of missing out, what we call FOMO, uh, often the technical analysis cannot be as accurate as usually it is historically talking. So for now, we have on the price just almost touch the south part, if I can say, or the right part of the uptrend vertical channel, we can call it. And also we touch, it's almost at the same place right now, the ascending Browning wedge, the North Shore. So it goes, usually lower and, break this support and goes, would just like, okay. So if it goes below 67 and 50, we will have what we call bearish engulfing. So bearish engulfing, there's also dependent that is bullish engulfing. But here, the bearish engulfing will be a complete candle, a candle, excuse me, that complete exactly is going to gap all the precedent, the last candle, which was green. So it could be a bearish reversal signal. So as I mentioned, for a long trend, it's as well bullish, but we could have this kind of pullback very soon, or depending. There's also geopolitical matters, and so you have to be very aware of what happened, not only in financial markets, but what can influence. So yeah, at $65, and it will also give us the opportunity to go to reach back the to this fair value gap. So it could be good, maybe further, because as you can see, when the price is it's weekly. So in July, the channel will be here, will not be here. It goes, it's exponential. So we could, like it happens on the chart. Like it could be in April, May, we could have something that could be reaching the other figures. Nothing is sure, nothing is, but it will depends of the sharp, if there is or not pullback. Okay, so and if you look at the RSI, yeah, it's very high, 80. It's incredible. So the relative strength index is very, very high also. So it matters as well. It follows, I mean, the last month, but it means that it's overbought. So it will not go to the moon. There is no asset go to the moon without at a certain point a pullback. Okay, so for this is for the weekly part. So considering, just to resume, excuse me, considering monthly, it's still bullish. Weekly, depending how it will finish. We are only at the beginning of the week. Could be an engulfing, as I mentioned. It will be a kind of reversal, bearish reversal. But here, it's interesting because we are in daily right now with the big day we have. As you can see, we will measure the amplitude. We had an amplitude of 15% today. So when I went to the bed, I'm in Quebec, Canada. When I went to the bed, we were at almost $82 last night. And when I just woke up, we were like at 75. So you can imagine how fast it went. So for sure, there's big industrials or big, you know, institutional that took profit. And I mean, it was big. It was not only for $1 million, as you can see, because silver, just to tell you, it passed the other assets for the market value. So it's now the after gold and Nvidia, it's the asset which has the more value on the market. It's for trillions. So with the last rally, it was, I think, the 8th or 10th before this rally of 185%. Okay, so when we're looking at the daily part, first of all, we have this engulfing for now, but, if we look at the opening price yesterday, okay, so if we close below 72 and 72, will be an engulfing. So, and also with this pullback very strong, very sharp, as well, we could think that he's going to visit the south for in the next days, but we'll see, because we're in a period also with the end of the year, taking profit, beginning of the year, we'll see. The biggest period for assets is always the trimestrial number four of each year. Usually, as you can see, you have to look at different charts, Nasdaq, whatever. You'll see that this is very volatile during these periods each years. So we'll see on commodities if there will be kind of consolidation or pullbacks. But for now, I repeat, below 72 and 72, we have a bearish engulfing. And it means that it could be a reversal, as in weekly, because we are in an ascending broadening wedge also, which is not very wide, if I can say, because here we have a little option channel, as you saw on other time frames. So when we have this and it broke directly to the north after, which is supposed to be the case because an option channel is a bullish continuation figure. So, and we are in price discovery, we cannot know where it will go. What I mean is that there is no resistance. We can just make projection with Fibonacci retracements, for instance, but I will not do because we are in parabolic rally. So we have just to look at the signs on different time frames to see if there's lack of power of buyers. But if we only look today as well, yes, we could say, oh, it's maybe the pose, or maybe with the all-time high, we're not going to visit it in 2026. Please be careful with this asset. It's very, very difficult to trade, and the is you think one day it will happen, the other day you have a big sharp rally north or south. So it's not an asset easy to trade. So it means first of all that it tests the figure. So you have the figure here. I take always the first candles to trace it. And here, as you can see, it's very precise. You just touch the line. Price is lean as rebound to the north. So we'll see if there's buyers who are going back to buy all this in the next days. If we look at the relative strength index, we are at 68. It's very, very high again. There's places to go south as well, but nothing is sure. My personal opinion, I think we could have a retracement like till $65 before maybe a consolidation. Usually, as I mentioned, a perclimax run, parabolic run, it's not a sharp retracement, and it's not also for a long period. So we'll see. Okay, so it's always overbought as the other time frames, the higher time frames. And I will finish today with this. on H4, so 4 hour each candle is means it's for 4 hours. Like for now, we have left 1 hour and 40 minutes on this candle, and what you can see here in the big ascending folding wedge we have since a lot of days. Also, that we're here with the peak because it has been break to the north, but usually this kind of figure, it's like historically we have only 200 years of data. No, seriously, it's supposed to go south like at 75% of time. So here what we see, that's what I wanted to show you. We have what we call a falling wedge. A falling wedge usually historically, but for commodities it's less true because I looked at like the 50 last years. Um, but usually it's a figure which is really able to go to north at 80% of time. It doesn't mean that it's going to the moon. So it could be something like that, for instance. It's just matter of possibilities. So you go there, but we have what we call a IFVJ bearish. So it could push the price lower. What I will see, as I mentioned before, that maybe we could have this kind of retracement. I think that we could visit, as I mentioned, the $65. It's something very possible. So as the figure suggests, a breakout to the north, which is going to do right now, timid, but yeah, it is the case. Could go there, for instance, and try to visit the south shore of the bearish figure here, the blue line. What we have also is what we call OTE, which is the optimal trade entry for the institutionals to take positions. There's a lot of other reasons to take position for them, but it's a place where they can consider that the price is it's a good price to long. So I just want to look at something. That's fine. Okay. So what I see here, it's really, I mean, it's a short term, as I mentioned, kind of reversal. But I need to mention before to finish that silver in the last months, it's not only a matter of parabolic hyperclimax. I repeat like for 5 times this expression. But I mean, it's not only a matter to go, yes, if you go north, everybody is buying silver. No, it's not. The problem is that we add a lot of bearish figure that usually the way the candles are drawn on the chart, it suggests, bearish reaction, if I can say, to the figure. Right now, we only saw, bullish breakout on these figures. So as you can see, usually it's because like technical analysis, it's always a good thing as well. We're able to trade with this, but I mean in parabolic rally, we can suggest that it can give the opportunity to see to identify, I mean, the dip, but when it's bearish, you cannot consider in an uptrend like this that it's really able. That's my personal opinion. So it means at the end that we have a lot of uh, potential to the north as well during 2026. So you will hear a lot of things on internet. I just want to tell you because I hear a lot of things like silver to $1,000 in 2030. I don't know the future as well as you, but we have to be also, please have judgment and make your own research, and also your opinion is very, very important to establish because you will be able to know your asset, what can make this asset to price changing sometimes very fast, as in our case with silver. You will be more prepared to react to this. So I invite you to ask me questions in the comments if you need any information. It will be a real pleasure for me to answer you. And please do not miss the notifications and subscribe to my channel to encourage me. So for me, it's a hobby, and I like this. I just want to share what I know. With. At the same time, we learn every day. That's the beauty of trading. So I wish you a good day. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy your Christmas time. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.